Maybe it's one of those things whereby you realize like the more you know, the more you don't know. But I realized there's actually so much more I have to learn about filmmaking, and it's almost like a lifetime is not enough for me to invest and to find out more about this thing called cinema. Popeye was to me a very difficult shoot. It was, I guess, probably the toughest endeavor in my life. Oh man, I had an elephant on the shoot, I had kids, I was filming on all sorts of vehicles. It also happened to be the hottest summer in Thailand. That at times I just felt so spent in the middle of the shoot, but yet I definitely have to go on because I'm the director. Like I have to be there for everyone, and I have to, I guess, in some ways encourage everyone, even though at some point I felt like I was running on dry. And I guess it was at one of those moments where I was really, really empty that I understood this Albert Camus quote, and it may sound a bit dramatic. It is, at the depths of my winter, I find within myself an invincible summer. It's when I realized that I really had no more to go, that I found that there was within me this inner reserve that I could pull up, and that thing helped me to just show up. It helped me to continue. It helped me to persevere.
I think what I really admire is her vision and her ability to just go in pursuit of what she imagines. What fascinated me was the fact that she has such a nomadic life experience. She just goes where life takes her, and I think that informs the work that she does. At the same time, she's like so real and authentic.
I remember the very first film I saw of her was this black and white film she did in school called Fonzie, and I thought it has such an incredible sense of black humour and tone, and it's so different from any Singapore short film that I've ever seen. I think she's come from strength to strength, but there's always a strong visual style to her work, and there's a very interesting sense of humour. In fact, I would call it black comedy, which is very specific to her. But it's very rare to have that sort of tone, not just in Singapore, but I think in Asia.
Right now, I feel like I'm doing a lot of like tiny small projects to, I guess, restart my engine in filmmaking again. I'm gearing myself up to slowly write my next feature. But before I can do that, I need to make bread and butter money for now so that I can, after that, hibernate and disappear from the world to just start writing again. I think I come from a fairly conservative household, so my parents took some time to get used to the idea that I wanted to do film. But I've always been super grateful to my brother because he's always been there. He always believed in me and encouraged me when I felt like no one understood what I was doing.
She was always one of those quite intense little kids. I remember having a few interactions with Kirsten when we watched some movies together, and one or two that stood out for me was like, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where she would talk about the really chim stuff, and I'll just enjoy it and get the emotional catharsis and take things at face value. Whereas she would be a lot more analytical, and she would talk about how certain emotions came across very, very clearly. My parents are not really very arty people. Throughout much of Kirsten's career and life, I don't think they fully understood her, or I don't think they fully appreciated what she was doing. And to see them come around, to me that was fantastic, and that was personally very, very moving.
Okay, so honestly, my father, according to my mom, was actually sleeping his way through Popeye. But at the same time, for me, I'm grateful for the fact that they actually went to the gala, because they told me that they haven't actually watched the film in about maybe 8 years. So my film was the first one they were actually in the presence of, I wouldn't say watched, for 8 years. These awards, they're a welcome validation, but they're not always necessarily the thing that drives me or motivates me. Like in many ways, I don't think I'm really too much of a careerist. I think what is important to me is to be able to, I guess, inject my own worldview, my own form of humor, my own brand of how I see the world into the collective consciousness. And I guess if I have done that, then for me, that is, I guess, real success.